time for Shiro. Now, we're going to talk about Liquid. They've obviously put Fallen in an in-game leadership role, of course. If we didn't realize that one was going to happen at some point in time, and they actually are able to get straight through to the semifinals. Now, that Na'Vi game, Striker, was probably one of the most exciting games of Counter-Strike in a while.
Yeah.
What do you? That result alone means a lot. But how were Liquid looking to you? It seems like it's night and day from events so far. Blast initially was okay, then the groups wasn't so good, and now this is all right. Well, it's better than all right.
Yeah, for sure. I'm not even sure what I would pin it down to because Fallen wasn't playing particularly well. I guess that's actually one player that you kind of definitely look at just because he had a lot of, even though his stats weren't like amazing, I feel like he had a lot of like hidden impacts that you only see when you actually watch the game because he had like a lot of multi kills and like crucial rounds where they broke the other team and stuff like especially in the Na'Vi game I'm talking about.
Yeah,
where they broke them and stuff like that. He just had, especially on overpass, and so. Yeah, that's the only thing that I can tell at this point, just because from a leadership perspective or anything, I don't feel like they changed a whole lot. I feel like they're calling the same stuff.
Yeah, I kind of want to, when I ask you about this, Alexi, I don't want to get you to sink in too much about the players and stuff because I've asked you a lot of those things, but more so this Liquid roster with what you've seen, and now they're in the semis in the same side of the bracket as Virtus and Astralis, right? Those two teams have to play off. Do you think that Liquid can beat either of those teams? Well, fuck it. Either of those teams, do you think Liquid have enough to go all the way in this one?
I think not, because of the fact that now that they've played some, they don't have enough time to have a deep enough strat book for Fallen to maybe call out on or understand if he. I guess they're doing the most they can do, but I just feel like now that teams have more games to watch how they play, how they approach a map, and they don't have enough time to get too deep on it. I just know that some of these teams, like top teams, can prepare for a game so that they cannot play this style, and then what do they fall back on is they have to obviously hit 6 shots individually, but I just feel like it's maybe they're just flying with the momentum and just beating everyone, you know, because it's not as easy to say that it's done, right? And they can obviously change here and there, and I feel like it's a bit too much to say that they would go and win the whole tournament, but they're playing so good right now that I guess you kind of have to take it into consideration as well. But I'm still thinking that some of these existing top teams will take the cake.
All right. I think this is an interesting one. I wouldn't mind throwing this your way as well, Alex, just to get your thoughts on this, because with this format, now the 4-day break comes in, right? No play until Friday. When you have a matchup, let's just quickly talk about the 2 quarterfinals, Gambit now v VP Astralis. We'll get to that a little later on. But do you think this kind of setup here is going to do a lot for the quality of the game we're going to get? Because now with the analysts, the coaches, the in-game leaders, the support stuff, all the tools, 4 days to prepare for an opponent that you know is coming, is this a chance to bring out some like either crazy anti-strats, like how deep a team's going to go, or do you think like you could completely even reinvent yourself, or maybe have a pocket pick map, come out with something in the veto to just blindside your opponent? Does it open up possibilities like that to you?
Now that I think about it, since you said this, I kind of forgot about the 4-day break, is that then I think you could give the edge to Liquid because of the potential that right now in these days, they might do stuff that looks completely different than what they've been looking, right? And the team they're facing might just get completely caught off guard, or Liquid is just going with the flow and going with what's working and not changing, not overthinking, and they're just gonna try to beat it that way. But that's the thing, you don't know. So it's gonna be hard for whoever faces Liquid, I feel like. But for the others, I think it's weird. Like, it's always weird when you have so much time and you already know who you're playing against, because some teams take the approach that we need to focus on us. We made this amount of mistakes. Let's not focus on their game. Some teams might go with the flow that let's just completely try to anti-strat one map, which is our pick, or the map that they're gonna 100% gonna pick. We need to somehow anti-strat them because we suck on the map or something like this, right? So there are many ways and I don't have the matchups right now in front of me, but
Gambit Navi and Virtus Pro Straws in quarters.
Ooh, Gambit Navi. Okay,
Yeah.
then I think not sure about anti-stratting, but I guess it's kinda because I know for a fact Simple is gonna take Shiro into treatment. I feel like, and Shiro is out there to kind of defend himself, right? But I just feel like Simple is not gonna lose lightly. So it's gonna be I think that's the match to watch really, because both of those teams are playing insane.
That's a cool storyline. It's like Simple and the next generation.
Yeah, it's kind of like Big Brother, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Now we're talking about Astralis.